Hey, 49ers fans. The energy around San Francisco is absolutely electric right now, and there is no shortage of drama, surprises, and storylines as we gear up for this massive matchup against the Philadelphia Eagles. This team has been through a whirlwind of highs and lows this season. It feels like every week brings a new twist, whether it's an unexpected breakout performance, an injury scare, or a strategic shift that could change the course of a game. One player who has really stood out recently is Upton Stout, and his performance against the Seahawks has been nothing short of spectacular. Watching him dominate on the field was one of those moments where you just know you're witnessing something special, and now everyone is taking notice. His ability to read plays, react in an instant, and make game-changing stops has put him at the forefront of discussions about the best defensive performances we've seen this season. Kyle Shanahan even hinted that this might be the highlight of Upton's young NFL career, which is impressive considering all the talent on this roster. The defense has proven time and again that they could deliver under pressure, in games like the one against the Rams, where Alfred Collins' punch-out and a critical 4th-and-1 stop on Kyron Williams defined the outcome, are reminders of just how pivotal the defensive unit can be. But the season hasn't been without its challenges. Injuries have become a recurring theme, especially at linebacker, and the way the team has adapted has been fascinating to watch. Winters, Luke Gifford, Curtis Robinson, and Garrett Wallow have all been thrust into roles that no one could have anticipated at the start of the year. Wallow, for instance, was on the Denver Broncos practice squad just a few weeks ago and now finds himself starting for the 49ers. It's wild to think about how quickly circumstances can change in the NFL, and it's a testament to the depth and resilience of this team that they can adjust so rapidly. The fact that every linebacker on the initial 53-man roster has faced injuries at some point is staggering, yet the team continues to push forward, relying on preparation, adaptability, and raw talent to fill those gaps. This is the reality of football at the highest level, where unpredictability is the only constant, and every player has to be ready to step up at a moment's notice. On the offensive side, the 49ers have also faced hurdles, particularly with their wide receiver core. Missing players like Brandon Ayuk and potentially Ricky Pearsall puts added pressure on the team to find creative ways to generate big plays. Jacob Cowing has emerged as a potential contributor, offering speed and shifty moves that could open up the field when opportunities arise. The offense is stacked with talent, from George Kittle and Christian McCaffrey to Jawan Jennings. Yet recent games have exposed moments where production has lagged, and nobody has consistently emerged as a true game-changer. It's not about blaming any single player. It's about recognizing that execution, scheme, and opportunity must align perfectly for this team to perform at its peak. The offensive line has shown strong run-blocking ability according to PFF grades, ranking among the best in the league, which gives the running game a chance to thrive even against formidable defenses. The challenge will be translating those individual skills into cohesive performance, especially when facing a team like the Eagles, whose defensive schemes have been sharp and efficient throughout the season. Speaking of the Eagles, this matchup presents one of the most intriguing playoff challenges the 49ers have faced all year. The Eagles have maintained a strong defensive unit since midseason, and their ability to pressure quarterbacks and disrupt timing is notable. Yet, their special teams rank is comparatively lower, offering the 49ers a potential edge in that phase of the game. Brock Purdy's performance under center remains a key factor. His ability to maintain composure, make accurate throws, and manage the tempo of the game can dictate whether the 49ers capitalize on their offensive strengths or struggle to find rhythm. The dynamic between Purdy and his supporting cast, particularly if key players like Fred Warner or Ricky Pearsall are limited or unavailable, will heavily influence game flow. These matchups are never just about statistics. They're about how well the team adapts under pressure, makes adjustments in real time, and executes fundamental football with precision. Mistakes are magnified in playoff games, and the 49ers have shown a remarkable ability this year to minimize errors and maintain focus even when facing adversity. The season has also highlighted the importance of standout individual performances. Upton Stout's recent game underscores how a single player can shift momentum and elevate the team's prospects. Defense wins games in moments like that, and identifying the next defensive hero for this matchup will be fascinating. Players like Bryce Huff, despite inconsistent performances in recent weeks, could rise to the occasion when facing former teams or familiar opponents. The unpredictability of who will step up is part of what makes playoff football thrilling, and the 49ers have shown a willingness to rely on preparation, instinct, and resilience to carry them through challenging situations. Whether it's containing elite receivers, forcing turnovers, or making crucial stops, every defensive play counts, and the team's adaptability has been on full display. Injuries remain a major storyline, but there's also encouraging news. Brock Purdy, emerging unscathed from recent games, is a relief, and his health will be vital for the offensive rhythm of the team. Other players being evaluated daily, like Tig Brown and Ricky Pearsall, highlight the fluid nature of the roster, where availability can shift the balance of power in an instant. The coaching staff's ability to adjust schemes and create opportunities under these conditions has been impressive, and the level of discipline and focus demonstrated by this team has improved dramatically compared to previous seasons. Pre-snap penalties have decreased, situational awareness is up, and execution has become cleaner, allowing the 49ers to compete at a higher level even with roster challenges. The 49ers' top-tier special teams unit is another critical advantage heading into the Eagles matchup. Their efficiency and ability to impact field position have been outstanding, ranking among the best in the NFL, while the Eagles lag behind in this aspect of the game. These small but meaningful differences often decide playoff games, especially in tightly contested matchups where every yard matters. The contrast between offensive efficiency and defensive resilience, combined with special teams execution, could be the deciding factor in this contest. Looking at the broader picture, this team has demonstrated remarkable resilience. They've faced injuries, lineup adjustments, and tough opponents, yet they continue to compete at a high level. Christian McCaffrey's versatility, George Kittle's consistency, and the emergence of young talent like Jacob Cowing create multiple dimensions for the offense. Meanwhile, the defense has shown the ability to step up in critical moments, and special teams remain a secret weapon capable of influencing field position and momentum. The 49ers' path forward depends on balancing these elements, maintaining discipline, and maximizing the potential of every player on a roster. The week ahead promises to be intense as preparation for the Eagles ramps up. The 49ers have a lot of moving parts to manage, from health updates to scheme adjustments and personnel decisions. The stakes could not be higher, and every player will need to perform at or above their best to secure a win. In situations like these, playoff intensity amplifies everything: the pressure, the opportunities, and the moments where heroes emerge. Upton Stout's example shows that anyone can rise to the occasion, and others will need to follow suit if San Francisco wants to advance. The combination of strategy, athleticism, and adaptability will define the outcome, and the team's ability to remain disciplined and focused despite the chaos surrounding them is a major strength heading into this pivotal matchup. Heading into this matchup against the Philadelphia Eagles, the pressure is immense, but also brings out the best in a team that thrives under challenging circumstances. The 49ers have spent weeks analyzing film, breaking down tendencies, and preparing for every conceivable scenario. The Eagles are a formidable opponent, no doubt about it, with a strong defensive line and playmakers who can change the course of a game in a single snap. However, the 49ers' ability to adapt, their depth in key positions, and the disciplined execution that Kyle Shanahan has instilled this season could make all the difference. This team has been battle-tested in ways that few other squads have experienced, and those experiences have forged a resilience that might just tip the scales in their favor. On defense, Upton Stout's emergence as a true playmaker has set a tone for the entire unit. When a player can consistently create turnovers, make critical stops, and disrupt timing, it forces opposing quarterbacks to rethink their approach. The Eagles will need to account for him at all times, which can open up opportunities elsewhere for the 49ers. The linebacker core, despite injuries and unexpected rotations, has shown remarkable adaptability. Curtis Robinson and Garrett Wallow, thrust into roles they never anticipated at the start of the season, have stepped up and demonstrated the kind of versatility that is invaluable in high-stakes games. The ability of these players to quickly grasp the defensive scheme, communicate effectively, and execute under pressure is a major reason why the 49ers remain competitive even when the odds seem stacked against them. The wide receiver situation remains a point of concern, but also presents an opportunity for unexpected heroes to emerge. Jacob Cowing, with his speed and ability to create separation, could become a key factor if Ricky Pearsall is unavailable. The coaching staff will need to find ways to maximize the talent they have, using creative route combinations, motion, and play action to keep the Eagles' defense off balance. George Kittle and Christian McCaffrey will continue to be focal points, but the ability to diversify targets and find open receivers in critical moments will be essential. The playoff stage is unforgiving, and defenders have no patience for mistakes, so every catch, every block, and every yard gained is magnified. One of the most intriguing aspects of this matchup is how the 49ers' strengths align against the Eagles' weaknesses. While Philadelphia has a solid overall defense, their run defense has struggled, ranking near the bottom in adjusted line yards this season. This could provide an opening for San Francisco's ground game to assert itself, creating balance and keeping the Eagles' pass rush honest. The offensive line's run-blocking performance has been among the best in the league according to advanced metrics, and if they can open lanes consistently, it will put additional pressure on the Eagles to adjust their defensive schemes. A strong running game can set up play-action opportunities, allow Purdy to find open targets downfield, and generate momentum that carries through the entire game. Special teams remain another critical edge for the 49ers. Brock Purdy's ability to handle field position, combined with one of the best special teams units in the league, gives San Francisco a subtle but significant advantage. In playoff football, where every yard counts and field position often dictates strategy, the difference between a touchback and a long return, or between a missed field goal and a conversion, can change the trajectory of the game. The Eagles' special teams have been less consistent, which could provide opportunities for the 49ers to capitalize on situational advantages. It's one of those areas that rarely gets attention outside of hardcore fans, but in close contests, it becomes a deciding factor. The mental aspect of preparation is also a huge factor. The 49ers have shown this season that they can remain focused and disciplined, even under immense pressure. Pre-snap penalties have decreased, and situational awareness has improved dramatically compared to previous years. These subtle improvements allow the team to execute their game plan effectively, maintain rhythm, and avoid giving away free opportunities to the opposition. The team's resilience in bouncing back from setbacks, adjusting to injuries, and finding ways to win despite challenges has been one of the most impressive aspects of their season. Every player knows their role, and every coach is committed to optimizing performance at every level. Injuries, while a concern, also create space for players to rise and prove themselves. The potential return of Fred Warner, even if late in the season, could provide a boost to the linebacker core. Meanwhile, Curtis Robinson, Garrett Wallow, and others have already demonstrated they can step up when called upon. On offense, players like Jawan Jennings have a chance to make big plays in crucial moments, and Jacob Cowing could emerge as a game-changer if utilized strategically. The depth of this roster has been tested like never before, and the ability of backup players to perform at a high level will be essential if the 49ers are to succeed against a strong Eagles team. But before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to 49ers Zone and hit the like button on this video. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on the San Francisco 49ers. And don't forget to share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. In a move that has sent shockwaves through the NFL world, Kyle Shanahan, head coach of the San Francisco 49ers, reportedly made the controversial decision to sideline one of his starting players ahead of the critical clash with the Seattle Seahawks. Sources close to the team suggest that the decision was less about injury and more about discipline, or perhaps strategy, but details remain shrouded in mystery, leaving fans and analysts scrambling to decipher Shanahan's motives. The 49ers have long been known for their disciplined, fast-paced style under Shanahan's leadership, and insiders say this latest move is consistent with his reputation for demanding accountability from every member of the roster. While some teammates are reportedly taken aback by the abrupt nature of the decision, others see it as a statement. No player, no matter how integral to the team's success, is above the expectations set by the coaching staff. Rumors swirl about what may have triggered the benching. Some suggest a conflict during practice or a violation of team rules, while others speculate it could be a tactical decision aimed at keeping the Seahawks' scouting reports off balance. Shanahan has rarely revealed his hand ahead of pivotal games, preferring to maintain an element of unpredictability. This approach has fueled both admiration and frustration among fans and pundits alike. The timing of the decision has only intensified speculation, given the stakes of the upcoming showdown. The 49ers Seahawks matchup is notoriously intense, often shaping playoff implications and rivalries alike. Experts point out that benching a starter now could dramatically alter the team's offensive rhythm, or, conversely, serve as a bold statement of confidence in the depth of the roster. Social media has erupted with reactions, ranging from outrage to cautious optimism. Fans are dissecting every practice clip, every cryptic tweet, and every past example of Shanahan's disciplinary measures, trying to predict who the anonymous starter might be and how the team will adjust on the field. Former players and commentators weigh in, debating whether this is a masterstroke of psychological warfare or a high-risk gamble that could backfire spectacularly. Whatever the reasoning, one thing is certain. Shanahan's decision has ensured that the upcoming 49ers Seahawks game will be more than just a battle of talent. It will be a test of nerves, strategy, and the relentless control of a coach who refuses to forgive. Fans across the nation are now left to wonder how this move will play out and whether the 49ers' inner turmoil could become the defining storyline of the season. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the San Francisco 49ers, make sure to subscribe to 49ers Zone and give this video a like. We always look forward to hearing your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.